Hey Libras, welcome to Vivid Vibration. My name is Christina. I hope that y'all are doing well today. So we have the Eternal Child, Gnosis, the Bridge, the Prayer, and the Kiss. Leaves, I feel like y'all are trying to, some of my leaves I feel like are trying to heal something. Like, could be some of my leaves who just recently went through this breakup are trying to heal things in spite of it all. For other of my leads, it could be that there's a new relationship that you have, like your sights set on, and you're trying to kind of like overcome this obstacle of fear. Take it out resonates. Will be different for all of my leads. These are general reads. Yeah. Okay, so I want to start with the eternal child and the prayer because I feel like there's this idea of just really hoping that your prayers will be answered, your manifestations will come into fruition, right? There's just this idea of like, can I actually get what I want? Like that's kind of like what I feel like that question is. And then I feel like the kiss is, just this idea of intimacy. It's the reason why I said a relationship because, the kiss, of. But I mean, if it's not a relationship, um, for some of my leads, it could be, like a project that you're working on, and you're like hoping that this one will take off. That you are intimate enough with it that it will, I want to say, matter. Like, do you, if this is somebody new, I mean, I guess it could resonate if it's somebody older, somebody new, either way, but it's this question of like, do I know you well enough to know that this won't break? Because the gnosis is this idea of like, of, of a deep knowing because you've experienced it over and over and over again, right? It's just kind of like you've been through the cycle enough times to really know how it works. I want to say you're starting to see a lot of the reasons that there were cracks in the foundation. The bridge is, the idea of like crossing over to new territory, but the underlying warning of the card is be careful where you build your bridges because if it's on a faulty foundation, you won't make it across. And so I kind of feel like there's this idea of like, is it even possible for me to create or receive, like an intimacy that I sincerely desire? Because leads, what have we said in the past couple of reads? Y'all are ruled by Venus, right? You can say, I don't believe in love, and nobody ever believes you. All right, leads. Let's see what else we can get for y'all. I feel like the energy is a lot lighter than it has been, though, and I'm very, very glad for that. Okay. The Knight of Pentacles and the Page of Pentacles and the Magician. Well, I mean, this is kind of, hold on. Judgment and the Eight of Wands. I mean, I feel like the idea here, leads, is that this is completely different energy. And you're just like, I just need a second. I'm sorry. Because I think that like what's coming through here is the idea that like, I mean, the Page of Pentacles is somebody who's headed on their way, right? They're taking the little bit that they have and they are off. The Knight of Pentacles is this idea of like an offering, like a financial offer, like a job offer, or like a project. So I kind of wonder, leads, if there's not somebody that you're like working with or somebody that you want to work with, and who you're like I feel like there's this idea like if I don't make my move now, I'm going to like miss this opportunity. It feels a little bit like a speak now or forever hold your peace energy. Okay, so leads. And then the magician, the judgment, and the eight of wands. So you have here this idea of like, I want to say, the judgment is with like the prayer and the eternal child of like, am I going to be able to do this? Can I do this? Do I know this person well enough? Do we have enough of a rapport to really like go for this, or like have my ex and I really uncovered the issues that we have to really fix this? Like, can we really do this? It will play out, I think, differently for all of my leads. But whatever it is, I feel like you're just making a decision to go towards something like just kind of this like this person is on their way and you're like, wait. I wanted to ask you something. Would you be interested in doing this with me? And it could be somebody who like, and God, my nose is itching so bad. What does that mean, your nose itches? Are you talking about you? Um, um, sorry, that took me on a whole nother like mental path. So it's just kind of, but I want to say it's this idea of like somebody saying something to you about like, hey, like I know that we didn't do this, but would you be interested in doing this instead? Or, like I know that we tried this, but like would you be interested in trying this instead? And just kind of like I'm presenting this like opportunity. I want to say like as someone is walking away, being like, oh wait, like I feel like it's something you've thought about for a while too. You just haven't said anything because you've been, I don't know, in your world of shit that you've been dealing with lately. Okay, so leads. What else can we get for y'all? I like this energy so much better. I feel like the reads have been so angsty and I have just not enjoyed it. And I'm like, can you please have happy energy? Please. Okay. The Ace of Wands. The Three of Pentacles. Well, I mean, the Ace of Wands and the Three of Pentacles, again, is this idea of, quick beginnings, quick movements. In this deck in particular, I mean, the fox is just kind of like a signifier, like it's at the ready and it'll just like go when it's time. And I feel like there's just kind of this idea of like you've been working on yourself. And I feel like there's this idea of like, did I get to where I needed to be before it was too late? Fuck it. I'm gonna go for it. Some of my leads might be dealing with Saggies. I feel like I've got a lot of Sag and Libra crossover in my reads, so I don't know what that's about, but if you do resonate with Saggies, take a gander at those videos. Okay, let's see what else we have here for my leads. Ten of Pentacles. Yeah, it leads. I mean, I really do feel like this is something that you're propositioning as, I want to say, as like a project that you're working on. But then also, I want to say kind of coming in with this like, hey, like this is something that we're both passionate about. This is something that, you know, we can do, like a project that we could create. Like, would you be interested? And I feel like this person is kind of like they're on their way and they're headed in a direction. And I feel like the question really is like, is it the same direction? Okay. Leaps. Let's do this one. The Magician again, and the Messenger of Water. I mean, the Messenger of Water is like a romantic gestures and offers, but it's also the idea of like falling in love with yourself again. Um, the Magician, I mean, just like pulling a rabbit out of your hat. You know what I mean? Like, and then there was this. Um, and I feel like that's kind of what you're doing. Like, I feel like maybe there's this idea of like this person didn't have very high expectations. Um, and so, and I, what leaves, and I want to say like that you didn't have any desire to encourage them to have any kind of expectation about you, anyways. You know what I mean? And it's kind of like this idea of like, well, now that you're feeling better, now that you've gotten out of this slump that you've been in, now that you've had these revelations that you've had and you've uncovered these, parts of yourself that are, really just opening you up to how you can evolve as a person. And you know what I mean? I just feel like there's this very like light, fluttery energy that's occurring, you know what I mean? And it's like one that's like, okay, now I gotta go, like now I gotta do this. And that's the energy of this read. Okay. Let's see what else we can get some of these. The flame. Yeah, because I feel like this is, I mean, the idea here is that it's something that you feel really drawn to, or something that you feel really drawn to, or possibly something that you feel really drawn to like in conjunction with like a person who also feels very drawn to said thing. You know what I mean? Um, but I mean, there's no like end result here. Leaves. I feel like the energy is just one of movement and feeling. I almost want to say just like reinvigorated um, with this like desire and curiosity that makes you want to, like try something. But I also kind of get the idea that there's an element of like part of it maybe that you don't really totally feel like you have everything ready yet, but you're like, well, if I don't do this now, I may not get the chance, right? Um, okay, well, Libras, I hope this resonates with you. Thank you so much for spending some time with me. Please, please, please give me a like, share, and subscribe if this video resonates with you. I am doing personal reads. If you're interested in scheduling one, please click the link in the bio below. If this is where we part ways, thank you so much for spending some time with me, and I hope you all have a wonderful week. Bye.